What's up, guys? Time for more quickies. Look, I got a lot of stuff all at once. This is what happens. I go a while without having anything, and then I end up getting a whole bunch of stuff all at once. And we got more Power Rangers Lightning Collection this time. And this one is the Lost Galaxy Red Ranger, or Leo. And the only other Lost Galaxy stuff we got so far was Magna Defender, and he was like first. So Leo, the only other time Leo came out was in a 2-pack with Psycho Red, and a lot of people didn't want that, especially once we started getting individuals. So you can still find the 2-pack out there in the world. You can even find the the Psycho Blue that came by itself, and seemingly we might be getting a Psycho Silver down the line, paired up with somebody else, which would be pretty cool. But as for Lost Galaxy, I was always a fan of Lost Galaxy. I thought it was a cool season, very different. And, you know, we got different Power Ranger powers, you know, because these things are based off Quasar Sabers and stuff like that. And I think, let's see, Lost Galaxy was I believe was post in space. Wow, that is a huge weapon. So this giant cannon, don't remember the name of it. Maybe I'll do a tiny bit of research between now and then. One major thing that sucks ass: compressed Quasar Saber instead of the full-size one. Who thought that was a good idea? The Leo head sculpt looks fine, though the actual paint on the helmet is questionable. But their suits are very, very interesting looking. So now I get to start another little chunk. And he's got a karate chopping hand, a weapon holding hand, 2 normal weapon holding hands for the bazooka, and 1 big ass fire effect. So that's actually kind of cool. I mean, actually, I'm really just happy to get more Lost Galaxy because it's very underrepresented. Especially the Zords and things like that. So hopefully we get more in the way of this later. And then of course we have let's see, was it? Yeah, it was Kendricks that died, right? And Astronema or Corone took back over. So you have the ability, since we have a Astronema, we had the... Oh, that's something had fallen over. I'm just seeing Zordon's head. So we have the ability to have a Corone that is Lost Galaxy flavored. That's pretty cool. So let's flip around and take a closer look at this Charlie Brown Red Ranger. I'm just pointing out the fact it's up. Yeah. Alright. So let's get into this Lost Galaxy guy. And you guys know what time it is. It's time for the plastic birthing ceremony. Because it's your plastic birthday. Yeah, hand. Yay. Oh, this is actually a hand that's holding a thing. So never mind. We don't just have the basic fist. So that's something we might be able to make use of. We have a blaster effect. Compacted Quasar Saber, which is mostly pointless. Because, I mean, seriously, just... I mean, given the series, why would you not just give us Quasar Saber? Give us another weapon, which is cool and stuff, but you give us a weapon that is useless at the same time. Okay, let's get the head sculpt out. And then pull out the Ranger body. Ah, get your hand out of there. Alright. That did not go where it needed to go. Alright. Get the Ranger out of the way and look at the accessories. Alright, so first up we have a I was just reading. We have the Leo head sculpt, which actually looks pretty good. Got the big old chin like you should have. The haircut is about right. I digs it. It's pretty good. Not gonna lie, that's actually pretty dang good. So let's see it on the figure. Here we go. And it looks pretty good. I mean, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but you know, it definitely it invokes the actor. Like it's really close. I mean, better than Rocky. I don't know what the heck they were thinking about that Rocky mold. I'm never gonna let it go. It is one of the worst head sculpts I've ever seen for a live action person. All right, so moving on. And really, let's just look at the helmet just real quick. Not a great paint job, if I'm honest. Wonder if I can clean off some of this. Either way, looks okay. The yellow, always hard to paint on. Top of red. Even the silver faceplate isn't great. Not very clean at all. And we got some black crap. So this must have been a Friday or Monday figure. So the Quasar Saber. Compacted form. Kind of sucks. Fairly certain these had silver blades. This should be gold. That should be gold. Silver in between. I think there's supposed to be some red on the handle. And that should be like a... Oh yeah, so it does have the like almost power coin there for the lion. Except that should be like a 3D thing sticking out of it. So this is a disappointment, to be honest. I mean, painted okay. Or molded okay. Just... They didn't go far enough. You know, for the first time we're getting a figure like this, with the exception of the 2-pack, it's really underwhelming. But let's see how it fits on the actual figure. Okay, so he can hold it in that hand, but it's super loose. He can hold it in that hand, but it's still loose. Let's see, he's got this other hand. I'll just go ahead and bring it now. Well, it's possible it's for this hand. That is a very, very nice fit there. So if that's true, that's cool. But for the most part, this is the shrunk down version that they don't use for anything. So it goes there. And it looks fine. So this weapon that should be extended for battle is shrunk down. And then with Zio, we get the exact opposite. We don't get a storage version. We need both, guys. We need both. You listening, Hasbro? Okay, moving on. Okay, so he comes with these two hands, but I'm not entirely certain what they're for. The Quasar Saber fit really nicely in there, and this is just either a karate chop hand or a resting hand. Kind of hard to tell. Maybe it's an over-the-top hand. And I think it all relates to this guy, which is what I believe they call the Quasar Blaster, Quasar Bazooka, something like that. And apparently all the Rangers have it, and it's both a staff weapon and a bazooka. So that's the thing. In theory, this pops off. Or extends. Like, oh yeah. Totally does. So yeah, you do get the staff weapon version. I honestly didn't know that was the thing. Let's see if this is the hand that's meant for this, because I bet it is, judging by the shape. Except for the fact that it's nearly impossible to get that in there. So I'm sure that's backwards. Like, I'm sure it's 180 degrees off from how you're supposed to hold it. But, so there's that. Okay, so we can do this number for whatever good it does. I have no idea. Being that it's a bazooka, maybe this is supposed to go like this. For bazooka mode. Hold on, let's compact it. Although it's supposed to compact even further for that. Let's see here. Utilize all the things. See, otherwise I would think it would fit inside there, but I don't know. Okay, let's get the flat left hand out. Let's see if it's like this. I mean, in theory, it should do that, but it's almost like he wants to hold it from underneath instead, which I don't think is what he's supposed to do in this case. I mean, he can. Actually, let's swap that helmet out. Okay, so that's about as good as I can get that. I also swapped out the head. And then you do get the fire effect coming out of it. So that's the thing. Also, something I completely forgot about. They're supposed to have something called trans daggers, which were like a lost weapon of the Rangers. And they don't have those either, so gotta wonder if we'll ever get those. Not likely. But this is interesting that this is even a thing that can happen. In theory, they should have slotted this further so that it comes together. Like in the actual show, it's like a little bit of a gap right here. Not a really big gap. So I'm doing everything I can to support this thing. It is sort of wonky. Also a little sticky, but I don't know if that's on my finger or on the thing. But it's cool. It's just absurd. So I gotta wonder what the rest of the Rangers of this line are gonna come with. If they're gonna give us like some that come with a full extension on the Quasar Sabers, or what, or if we're gonna get any that have opposite weapons, like does somebody get a trans dagger but not everybody, because they have like a combined form. They did like star formation or something they called it. It was like all of them together. Actually almost makes a fire logo, or a fire symbol for Japanese. Okay, hold on, let's straighten out that leg. Get a slight bend to this one. Treat it like a Gundam. There we go. Try to get his feet under him. There we go. So, there's the Red Ranger. So let's look at the only other character we have so far from this particular series, and that is our Magna Defender, who's at later points in the series actually the brother of the Red Ranger. Down the line. I guess technically speaking, the Magna Defender always was Mike in the series, because he took on the spirit of the Magna Defender. He just had no control. Eventually, when the Magna Defender let himself actually die and pass on with his son, Mike took over entirely. So that was a cool thing. So now I've got a pile of Ranger heads over here. So these two look fine together. The rest of the team will be good. Hopefully they'll give us another Magna Defender that is a little bit more accurate. Something, I don't know. His weapons are very off. You know, much like not having the proper Quasar Sabers and things like that. You know, if somebody makes 3D versions of them, you know, it'd be worth getting down the line. And I find it really strange that they prioritize this weapon over the main weapon that the Rangers use, even as morphers. Heck, they don't even have their morphers. Like their, I think they're called transmorphers or whatever they're called. The things that look like, kind of like the Quasar Sabers, and that's how they actually use to morph, not just the swords themselves. They don't even have those, so. But either way, it's good. It's just, it could be better. They spent a lot of time on something. They made this thing look really good, if not 100% accurate, but they made it look good. Fire effect, blah. But this should be amazing, not this. You know, weapon that I don't care about, shouldn't matter. It's funny that they have the kind of staff weapon version of it that works. I didn't expect that. So I just look forward to getting more of these, and maybe one day we'll actually get another set of Zords from them. You know, instead of just Mighty Morphin. For the love of God, Hasbro, don't just do what Bandai did. You know, give us more and better. Thank you. But guys, I'll catch you next time, and maybe go watch the Magna Defender review and watch me trash that, essentially. But I'll catch you then. Remember, as always, keep on nerding.